Israel, as you know, is the size of a medium, small city in China. We are about 9 million people. Only now we arrived to this number. And the country is small without any special natural resources or so we need to do something in order to make ourselves attractive. And I think there are a few factors in Israel that make Israel ideal for the semiconductor industry. First of all, for this industry, you need only a good computer, smart engineer, and maybe innovative thinking. And I think these ingredients are in Israel semiconductor. We start early, very early, to ramp up our capability of chip design. And eventually, there are a few fabs in Israel. One of them belong to Tower Jazz, and the other belong to Intel. The rest are pretty small. So I think overall, the idea of having innovative group of Israeli inventing chips, use resource that we have, which is smart thinking and maybe ability to collect few factors into the same area. That's what make us leading in the semiconductor industry. First of all, the transition from the army to civilian, yes. I think there are a lot of cases in which people that coming from elite units in the army are making a very nice success in the civilian, and that's mainly because of the way of thinking that the army is training us to do, like hearing other opinions and try to not to give up. If you fail, you try again and again and again. We don't feel like we are losing face. It just any failure teach us something for the next step. So that's kind of a way of thinking that is very important to succeed, because all big success are not coming at one phase. I mean, you do something, you may fail, but eventually you make success, and then you can go on with this. So this is a way of thinking, and I think that also the incentive given by our government is very, very important, because actually what they give is a kind of a loan. They call it a grant, but it's actually a loan that you need to return it only if you succeed, only if you make revenues. And I think this model is very attractive and very correct, and we use this model. We got already 3 grants from the government, and also we attend the consortium of smart imaging. So overall, I think these 2 factors are very important for the arriving to where we arrived. The cost of human resources in Israel, and specifically talents, is higher. There are basically 2 reasons for that. One of them is that we are more expensive country, but also we are a small country with a limited number of talents that all the companies are competing on them. So if you want good talents, you need to pay. And but in our case, we are like a small island here, so we need to do something. Now, the other thing is that we are paying the salaries in Israeli shekel currency, while we get the investment and sell in US dollar. So even the currency rates, exchange rate, can influence us a big deal. For example, I can tell you that in the last year, or even in the last half year, Israeli shekel became very strong versus the US dollar. And that's actually a real problem that makes everything much more expensive than it should be in Israel.